Hello, third grade research rock stars. This is a quick little overview of using the Gale databases for a research assignment. So I often tell students, if you don't know what you think you want to study concerning your animal, by the time you get out of the Gale databases, you will have all the information you need. You'll have a good idea. So I'm going to demonstrate searching the topic of narwhals because I love all ocean creatures and whales. And so let me try out this frame using narwhal. My topic is a narwhal, and three things I hope to learn about narwhals are: where do they live? What is their family structure like? And I want to know about their tusks because that's why they're famous. But again, if you can't think of three specific things by the time you look your animal up in the Gale databases, you'll have lots of information. So why do we use databases? This is kind of a big infographic, but when we are doing school research, we have to use sources from experts. That's just the rule. And it's going to be like that every single year in school until the day you graduate and go off to college. We call them reliable, credible sources. So we want information that is from an author who has a degree in what it is they're writing about. We want unopinionated information. We want information that's possibly been edited by an editor. And long story short, when you go into the databases, everything you find inside of the database has already been screened, and it's all deemed professional, expert information. So that's why we use it. So you all selected an animal of choice, which is awesome. We worked specifically on just locating and accessing articles. We also broke down this word database because that's a big word. So data is information. It means information. Base is like, think of home base in baseball. Base is like a place or a home. So databases are where we store the information, home base for the information. Okay. When you're at home, you have to use the exact direct link to our school district Gale Access. You can't just Google Gale. You won't get linked up to our stuff. When you're at home, you're often asked to sign in with Google. So click that sign in with Google button. And then sometimes you're asked to also put in a password. So there's our password, Sayusla. Okay, so let me actually dive into Gale right now. We go to our school district homepage. We click on menu, library media services. Again, your teachers all gave you a direct link here. These are all of our literacy tools. So we're going to click right there on Gale. And then we can search everything Gale has to offer, but it's already kind of broken down and filtered for our students. So elementary students are going to click elementary. All right, this is our homepage for Gale. Look how pretty it is. So I'm going to show you two things. I'm going to first show you just how to browse. So like, let's say we did not know exactly what animal we wanted to study. Look, there's a button right there for animals. And then it's giving me all sorts of options. I don't know, let's click on mammals. And then under mammals, it's giving me more options. Ooh, look at that pretty cheetah. That caught my eye. And now I landed on a cheetah homepage with all of the articles about that one animal on one homepage, okay? So that's how you just browse. And sometimes that's part of the research process, is figuring out what exactly it is we want to spend our time researching. If you already know what you want to research, you can just type it in the top corner. You see that? And whenever you start typing and you get a bold header, you always want to click on that. And now look at my beautiful page about narwhals. Okay, so there is a general article at the very top. Our articles can be leveled. So here's level 1, meaning it's a little easier. And if I want to level up, there's a level 2 article. So same information, just kind of leveled up, a little beefier. We can have these read to us, a little mechanical.
Main ideas. Narwhals are whales with tusks that grow from their jaws.
Okay, so that can be really useful. I find that's really super useful for students if they don't know a word or know how to pronounce a word. It helps to hear it. We can also translate, okay? So let me pop back out. And On our homepage for our animal, if we scroll down, this is where all of our sources are broken down. So we have book articles, newspaper articles, magazine articles, images. Sometimes your animal will also have video clips. How cool is that? So the next thing I want to show you is once you have clicked around and opened an article that you think is going to be awesome for your project, I always tell students once they find something, the next step immediately is to save it and cite it. And this is maybe a little bit more advanced skill for our third graders, but I know some of you have got this. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So to sync our Google Drive up to Gale, at the very top where it says sign in, you click that button. I'm already signed in, so it usually shows you or asks you to click on your Google email address, and then you'll be synced. And you know that you successfully synced when you see your first name up there, okay? Next, to zip this amazing article into my Google Drive so I have it forever, I click on the paper airplane and I say send to Google Drive, okay. Really simple, couple of clicks. Then the next step I always tell students is you have to go check and make sure that article made it into your drive, because we know how glitchy our technology can be sometimes. So here's me in my drive, and look, it automatically created this beautiful bright orange folder, Gale in Context Elementary. I open up that folder, and there is my narwhal article. It has been magically transferred into a Google Doc, so I can take notes on it, I can share it if I want, and then the MLA citation always lives at the bottom too, so that's good. All right, well, we explored, we searched the animal button to kind of see what our options were. We also did a direct search, and then we showed everyone how to actually save articles to our Google Drive. Okay, so there's our mini lesson. Reach out to me and Mrs. Craig if you need some additional support. Ooh, let me show you how to find books real quick. I almost forgot to show you all of our amazing nonfiction books that you can check out. So here I am back on the library homepage on the district website. I click Destiny Discover. You actually all have a button on your Chromebook that you just press, okay, through the Clever app, and you get right in, you're logged in. And then we can search for books up top here too. Look at this. Narwhals. Narwhals. All right. Okay, look at all these narwhal books we have. So one thing we talked about was the difference between fiction and nonfiction. So nonfiction books are not fake. They're real information. Fiction books are made up. All right, so we're kind of looking for the nonfiction books here. And how you can tell the difference is you have to look at the call number. So I know Mrs. Craig teaches the Dewey Decimal System, and that's what we use to organize nonfiction books. So I know that this one is a nonfiction. When I go down here, the call number says FIC for fiction, and it has a little chunk of the author's last name. So this is a fiction book, okay? So you want to look for these nonfiction titles if you want to check out a book on your topic. And another thing we went over is, remember, we have all these filters down the side. So sometimes we want to make sure that we are selecting a book that's about at a third grade level. So you can filter by that, and then it'll just take down that total number that you see. But then sometimes that's too narrow and you got to broaden back out, okay? But just know that we usually limit book checkouts to 2 books a week. And if you already have 2 books checked out for your AR reading pleasure, we also want you to get an additional book for your nonfiction animal research. So you can certainly do that. Okay, now if you need any help whatsoever, you get a hold of me and Mrs. Craig. We are sitting here for you. We can hop in digitally with you. We can talk to you on the phone. We can find articles and send them to you. Okay, so just let us know what help you need. Happy researching.